Hello, ladies and gents. I'm back again here. My name is Tshireletso Makwala. Lebabo Makwala's son. And today I'm going to talk about my weight loss journey. Um, so, from a very young age, I would say from the time that I could remember, I was always overweight from grade 1 up until I finished my matric. So, basically, my whole basic education, schooling, career, even my first year in university. And yeah, it was a problem. It was a problem. Couldn't do a lot of things, participate in sports well. I mean, I was a very active child, but it was really difficult. Yeah, and I wouldn't. So it really was difficult, meaning from an emotional point of view, but also like physical. Couldn't not being able to do certain exercises, and um yeah, not being able to fit in certain clothes, sacred size, you understand? Yeah, those things really were not, yeah, it wasn't okay. So basically, then my father um got into this program called keto, so the keto diet, and I saw it working for him, and lost like a lot of weight in like 3 months, and I was like I was really surprised. So then he introduced it to me. I was a bit skeptical about the diet or the program because I tried so many diets, and I couldn't really keep up with them. Um, Even the ones that I could keep up with them, after a month, I didn't really feel any better. I just felt worse. Then after, I went back to my old habits and even worse, Um, then I was very active. I participated in like in soccer. Yeah, I was active. It's just that I wasn't really trusted because of my the way I looked, my weight. And when I realized that now my weight is around like 97 kg, that's when I saw that I really need to do something. It's because yeah, this is really going to be a problem. Then my father introduced me to keto. He was busy insisting start keto, you'll see the difference. And yeah, I really saw the difference there. So that's when I started with this weight loss program of his. So basically, I started reducing the number of meals I had a day. So I could eat like 4, 5, even 6 times a day, depending, Jeffella, if I'm hungry or not. And basically, I couldn't go a day without eating like at least 3 times a day. Understand? And that's because mainly I didn't know how the body worked or how you should conduct yourself or basically what affects health. So it was a journey. It was a journey. So um, right now I'm just gonna tell you what I did from earlier 2021 because that's when I started the program. So I started firstly by reducing the number of meals I had a day. So I could eat like I said 4 meals to 6 meals. So I reduced it to around 3. So I cut off snacks. I cut off all of those high glucose foods. All the sugars. Just like my father instructed me. Um, um, I reduced everything. Especially like sugar related because I understood that that's what drives appetite, and obviously appetite drives hunger, and hunger is what makes you eat a lot. So I understood the basics of hormones and how they work, meaning like insulin, how much you should have um, in your body, and why people have diabetes, that really helped me in my weight loss journey. So I would say um, the biggest impact in my weight loss journey is basically understanding how the body works, because if I can give you an example, if you don't know like how a car works, and maybe let's say a car works on diesel, and you put 95, um, in the car, you will damage the car. So it's the same way with the body. If you don't know how a body works, which is like basically just like any other machine that requires fuel, because our food is our fuel. So if you don't know how the fuel affects you, when you should take the fuel, it really damages it will really damage your body. And some effects may not appear right away, but definitely in your 40s or your 50s, you will see the effects coming into play, because that's what really puzzled me the most. I was a bit skeptical about keto, because I was like, um, I know people, who eat a lot of like junk, way more than I do, but they don't seem to gain any weight. They don't seem to have really any problems, you know. But after like I realized, after I read, studied, and actually went through the videos that my father recommended for me, that's when I started to understand that how the body works, and that we have different genes as people. But in the end, even those ones that maybe the effects are not showing right away, definitely when they progress, it will show. So I started with keto, and everything made sense. I started seeing the truth. Because after I remember when I started now getting into keto straight. When now I cut off starches and carbohydrates, and all of those high there's a certain index that I used called the glycemic index. So all of those foods that have that like are on the like higher range of the glycemic index. All of those foods, I understood like now why after you eat them, after a few hours you get hungry. But when you eat certain foods like fats and um, protein and vegetables, why you don't get that way. It started making sense. And after 3 days of pure eating keto, so I started doing keto. So from I would say January until March, um basically I stopped with the snacks. Then after I stopped with the snacks, then I just put keto there and there. I didn't really take it seriously. I was that's the period I told you that I was a bit skeptical about this program. So I made a lot of research before I went in, because the thing is, you have to be sure about these things. I mean, just imagine having this weight from 7 years old until you are like 19 years old. How many years? That's like an entire life. So that's why I was a bit skeptical about like its effects. But I did understand that it does work, because my father did lose a lot of weight, in a short space of time. And so that was the motivation that kept me going, because he also wasn't the way that like he looks right now. And so that's what kept me going. So then I'd say April. Yeah, April, that's when I started really with keto. Um the keto diet. And now when I started doing the keto, I realized that many doctors also prescribe keto with fasting. So I was like, maybe I'll see results quicker if I do keto and fasting. So April, that's when I started doing keto, and also started doing intermittent fasting. So basically, when I did keto, I think after a week, no, it's not after a week, after 5 days, that's when I started feeling like I'm better. You know, every morning, I don't know if some of you have it, but I had like brain fogs. And that was also the problem that my friend had, which I also suggested do that keto because the brain fog just went away. Even sleep. I don't take time to sleep. When I wanna sleep, I just sleep um right away, and that really helps. In terms of like time management because as a varsity student, like you have to, your life is like it's like a marathon. You have to do certain things like at certain times. Otherwise, you will lose yourself. So basically, that really helped me in that way because I was able to go longer studying. You know, when we have a group there, a group session there at school, like all of my friends like are in Quito now. We can go like from we went from 7:30 until we finished like 3:30 without eating anything, just drinking water in between breaks. And after we're eating like oh man, but I'll get to that. So back to April. After 5 days the brain fog went away. You know, I started peeing less regular. Everything like had a sequence. Like I started like feeling better. That's what I can say. I started like feeling better, even though I didn't look the part that I wanted to, but I started feeling better. Like physically, and obviously when you feel better physically, it also helps like in other aspects like of your life. Socially, I was more sociable. I was less emotional. Those factors, were really changed, and that's what gave me more motivation to keep on going, to keep on doing keto and doing this fasting. So April, that's when I started eating 2 meals a day, and I ate it in a space of 8 hours. So I did 16-hour fasting, but I didn't do it for long. So I did it for around 2 weeks. I don't know why, but my body adapted fast, and I'm like, from here on, I'm going mad. So it's 1 meal a day. I started eating 1 meal a day. Then from there on, I started eating 1 meal a day, and at first, I mean, it was hard. I did it maybe for 2 days or 3 days. Then I'll default, maybe go back to the intermittent fasting, do it for maybe 2 days again, intermittent like 16 hours again. But as time went on, I started doing OMAD like over and over again. Now, you know, being a varsity student is very difficult. Eating Greek salad and meat for like supper every day. When people making chips, the smell sometimes yeah. Yeah, it was it was really hard. When you go out there, every time I went out maybe to the shops or out like really out, I would see what do you call this these people delivering, fast food and also what I would advise in the general advice this is the advice I gave my friends because my friend started at around May. He didn't have like problems with weight, but his shape was not okay. So he was like, I've been working out, but nothing is changing. I still have belly fat, and like I don't like the way I am. So that's when I introduced like keto to him. So when he did keto, like it took him around I think 2 months to be at the body that like he felt comfortable with, and he also liked it, recommended it to his mother. His mother had diabetes, by the way, and at the end of like the year, she stopped taking like most of her medication, which is like a positive note. So basically, um, I started seeing that this thing really works because after like April, like that 1 month, I saw like a little difference. Like I started seeing that like there's some weight like that I lost, but I didn't really go to the scale because I thought that the scale is gonna demotivate me. So I was like, let me wait a bit until I feel comfortable before like I check my weight scale. So went another 3 months. After around 3 months, I was already comfortable with oh man, I was eating 1 meal a day every day, 1 meal a day every day. one meal a day every day. Then after around, I think it was August 2021. Um, these people that test for various viruses, they came to one of our lessons. So when they for checkups and all that, and they had a scale there. When I saw my current weight, I was really surprised. Um, yeah, so at around like August, I would say August, late August, 28 August. So let me just say September. So around September, I weighed around 60 kg. Yo, which is like a massive drop from like a person who weighed close to 100. So it was around 60 something kg. I was really surprised because I never thought like that could happen. I mean, I did see that my clothes, like most of my clothes, were not fitting in, but I hadn't yet bought like really new clothes. So I was like wearing. So I'll tell you, at the start of the program, I wore like extra large, double XL, large. I was going back and forth between those three sizes, and even large. I'm just saying large. It depends on the cut, but most of the time it was extra large. So I started seeing that, and most of my you know um my jackets, they became cold. Like I couldn't even call it a jacket on me anymore because it was the length was really long. And after I realized that I weighed like 60 kg, and one of my friends told me that your size is small right now. I'm like, yo, really small. That's when I realized that I really this thing works. So keto with fasting, it really changed my life for the better. So right now this year I'm planning to also include working out in heat sessions, just to train my body up and also keep in shape. But what I would say from um, what I would say, what I took from this journey is that you know um, anything is possible. It's just a matter of you don't know how to solve the problem. Once you find someone who knows how to solve the problem, go for it. Do not be afraid because this really changed my life for the better. I'll also say when I went back there to after we closed up at school, they went back at home. They were genuinely surprised, and they asked me a lot. How did you lose weight? How do you lose weight? So right now, I would say weight loss, like 85% of it is the food you eat. So let's be careful, guys, about the food we eat. If you can just fix that, I'm telling you, you are well off. You are well off. Even when I have like now like um like 2021, I don't remember even getting sick. When I got sick, it was just maybe few like one day at most. But it's just like a few hours. If like I was sick, maybe in the morning I'll just sleep it off. You know, buy some herbs or lemon and just mix it up and sleep. Maybe at night when I wake up, I feel okay. Or the next day, I feel like perfect. It never takes like long, like other previous years. I'll get sick for around 3 days, 4 days, and I'll have to like stay in bed. So really, the human body, like, it's really amazing, guys. Like, it's really resilient to a lot of things. I thought we were fragile, but we are really resilient to a lot of things. And I feel like this information should get out there, because doctors are not really telling us anything these days. They really not. So wellness is really important, not medication, like wellness. So, but if it's other diseases, then most probably it's because of the food we eat, and um, um, being overweight, being obese is a type of disease. It's basically it's not good for the body. It's not okay. Um, because right now I feel much better. So yeah, I'll say thank you to keto and fasting. It really changed my life for the better, and um I believe that it can change anyone's lives for the better if just who have had exposure to this. This is Tshireletso again, and thank you.